2, 3, 4.
Hello, and welcome back to Quick Drag. Today we have a profile and performance from our drag artist co-host of the week from London, Ontario. It's Nicki Nastasia.
Well, hello, thanks for having me again.
Of course, thanks for being here. So let's get right into this. We're going to talk about you. Do you remember the first time you saw drag? And if so, what was it like?
Absolutely. I remember I had just moved back to London. I was like maybe out of the closet for a month and a half, 2 months. I was like, oh, it is Pride Month in London. I'm ready to see a drag show. I'm ready to go and be gay and see all this kind of stuff. And if those of you who don't know, Cassandra Moore is a drag artist originally from Toronto, lives in LA now. She was doing this like Candyland, like sexy seductress candy moment at the gay bar here in London. And I was just in awe. How has any human looked so good in candy? So amazed.
That's an incredible first experience of drag to have. And
yeah,
Cassandra Moore is incredible. And did that have any impact on you moving into drag yourself?
Oh my God, yes. The following Halloween, I was like, I should dress up like a woman for Halloween. I should just do it just this one time. I will never do it again. Fast forward, here I am.
Latinx people represent less than 2% of the Canadian population. What does it mean for you to be Latinx in the drag community?
For me, like, I use drag for a way for me to connect with my culture. I'm half French Canadian, half El Salvadorian. So growing up, I had obviously a lot of French Canadian culture around me and French Canadian language and music. But the only like Latinx Salvadorian culture I had was from my family. And a lot of the times, the only way I felt close to my heritage was through music. Through seeing people like Selena and Celia Cruz and J-Lo on TV or on YouTube, seeing them perform. And I was like, wow, I feel really close to my culture by listening to this music. So for me, drag is a way for me to connect to my culture, perform the music that I grew up listening to be able to feel like my queerness and my Latino-ness isn't mutually exclusive. They can be together. I can be Latina and also do drag and bring that together.
How would you describe the drag in London, Ontario?
Well, if you've watched previous episodes of Quick Drag, other performers have mentioned London, Ontario. London's drag, it's very new, it's very young. Our only gay bar we had for a couple of years just recently closed. So a lot of queer culture is kind of up in the air as of right now in London. Because we're in this weird like middle ground of we're not a big city, but we're also not a small town. We're in this like weird limbo where queer people don't really feel like we have like a space that's just ours, like the Village in Toronto. But we also don't feel like we're living on a dirt road. For a lot of drag performers, we take what gigs we can. London drag is new, it's growing, but we're making it.
And you mentioned the only gay club in London just recently shut down. What kind of impact do you think that will have on not only the queer community, but also the drag community in London?
Obviously, it's heartbreaking that our only queer space has closed down, but I feel like there's going to be a renaissance of queerness and of queer culture. There's nowhere for queer people to really let loose and really be ourselves. So I feel like once the pandemic kind of chills out with the size of our city and the amount of queer people we have here, there won't be a long time before another queer space opens up. So I'm just waiting for Miss COVID to get lost so we can get another queer space open.
With COVID, some plans for 2020 are probably put on hold, some dreams dashed. What would you say are your goals as you move forward with drag?
My biggest goal is just to create more spaces in London to do drag. I just want those venues to see drag that's not just female impersonation. Things that are more avant-garde, more genderqueer, more blurring the gender line. I want to see that kind of drag reach these like corporate gigs. Like these big companies like Loblaws and Costco and IKEA hiring genderqueer and more gender non-conforming drag. It's not all just about female impersonation. I know that Drag Race has given female impersonation a platform, but I would really love to see a lot more drag. I feel like London, we have that chance. There's no gay bar here, so we have a clean slate to really create that moment for other performers, and I think that's really what I want to focus on for the next year.
We're going to move into a segment called Quick Drag. It's named after the program. Basically, it's just quick, rapid-fire questions. Give me the first answer that comes to your mind.
Very excited.
Who is your favorite all-time Drag Race contestant?
Roxy Andrews.
Who is your favorite artist to lip-sync to?
Selena Quintanilla.
Yes. Who is your pick to win Drag Race Canada?
Priyanka.
What is your favorite Drag Race catchphrase?
I love this drink.
That's a good throwback. I'm proud of you. I like that. What is your favorite song to lip sync to?
Either Let's Get Loud by J-Lo or Drunken Love Beyonce.
If you were to have a dinner with 3 famous people, dead or alive, who would it be and why?
1 would be Beyonce. Girl, I want to know your business tactics. 2, I would probably say Selena Quintanilla, because girl, why did you let Yolanda in your life? I need to know that shit. 3, JFK, because 1, we have the same birthday. Also, I feel like he's probably one of the hottest presidents.
Excluding yourself, who's the best local drag artist?
Betty Rebel, by far. If you're not following Betty Rebel, hit her up on Instagram. She's the best.
And that ends the quick drag segment. There's one last question that I ask every co-host. What makes Canadian drag so damn good?
I think that it's undiscovered. I think there's so many amazing drag performers in Canada that the world has yet to see. I think Canada's Drag Race is just hitting the tip of the iceberg when it comes to Canadian drag. There are so many performers, whether they're female impersonators or drag queens or drag kings or just drag goblins, whatever they want to be. I think there's so much amazing talent in Canada. I think that the world is just waking up to it.
And that ends the interview portion, but we've got an amazing performance coming up from Nicki Nastasia, and be sure to come back on Saturday where we review episode 6 of Canada's Drag Race with a brand new drag artist co-host.
I kiss the lips of a portion and now I'm out in the open. So follow me into the dark, break up a piece of your heart. Sell it for money and cars. Come on wherever you are. My motivations are, all my temptations are. My heart is racing, the sensation are. I'm with my diamonds out, my time is timeless now. I get so high. The feeling so supersonic. I try to stop, but it just can't stop it. Dancing in flames. Sway with me, sway. When the rhythm starts to play, dance with me, make me sweat. Like the lazy ocean hugs the shore. Hold me close, sway me more.
Ice, yeah, superstar chick. I be on the list, always in the mix. I blow back a kiss. Bad boy want this, bad boy gon' miss. Run up on me, I better get the gist. Holly, catch a quick body. Vroom, like I'm riding a Harley, but I'm in a Rari. Sorry, not sorry. Didn't say a peep, but I know them birds saw me. Tell your people to call me if it is about that chicken. The most wanted in Gotham. All your diamonds is missing. Oh, you thought I was kidding? This a suicide mission. You need to make a decision on what side is you picking. See it if I want it, I'ma take that. See it if I want it, I'ma take that. See it if I want it, I'ma take that. See it if I want it, I'ma take that. Girls like me, they don't make that. Girls like me, they don't make that. Girls like me, they don't make that.
When the rhythm starts to play, dance with me, make me sweat. Like the lazy ocean hugs the shore. Hold me close, sway me more. Take a seat, the show is beginning. All the devils are singing, climbing up on the chandelier. You can't stop me from swinging. So follow me into the dark, break up a piece of your heart. Sell it for money and cars. Come on wherever you are.
Thanks so much for watching Quick Drag. If you enjoyed what you saw, hit the subscribe button over there, click on our social media links in the description below, and be sure to come back on Saturday where we will be reviewing episode 6 of Canada's Drag Race with a brand new drag artist co-host.